agreement with the state government. We can prepare a river development project, including cost estimates. We can find a consultant. Yeah. So all those things which are in general, they are happening. Maintenance of aquatic life in the river, impact of climate change on river flow and river water quality, then impact on hydrological interventions. So not many points actually there for discussion. But with these points, let me finish my presentation here. And I thought that it will be nice that if I am able to give you certain points for discussion, and so that I think deliberations can take place. And with these words, I thank you very much for your kind attention. I now hand over the mic to the chair.
Thank you very much, Professor Singh. I think this was an excellent introductory presentation, which sets out the topic and fleshes out the entire subject matter. I will just make a couple of remarks. In addition to the issue that Professor Singh flagged, I think that we should also look at has the capacity to take a certain amount of pollution load, to support a certain level of economic activity, to support a certain level of... Often the carrying capacity of a river basin gets exceeded. And often it is this excess over the carrying capacity of a river basin that leads to deterioration, the desiccation of a river in the first place. So unless we attack those basic factors that causes the state of the river, the state in which the rivers are, it would be hard for us to effectively restore rivers. Also must make a clear distinction between restoring a river complete with its drainage system versus restoring a small segment, a kilometer or two or a few kilometers of river. I think these are two different ball games. Cities around the world have been kind of restoring those components or segments of rivers which pass through the city. But that is not river restoration. River restoration basically should refer we should talk about a much bigger... when we talk about Ganges, actually in 1970s, there was an American professor who talked about the Ganges water machine. What did he mean? That before 1950s, there was hardly any groundwater development in the Ganges. So all the floodwaters of, as well as the snowmelt, used to rush towards eastern India and Bangladesh. And he said this is not rejected recharge. If there had been groundwater development in this basin, and if enough aquifer space had been created, then a lot of the runoff would have actually contributed to the recharge. And that recharge would not have contributed. And there was a Government of India committee in 1950, 51 or 52, which was appointed to understand how can we reduce the flood to absorb the flood waters of Ganges, and that would reduce the intensity of floods in eastern India, which is what has actually happened over the past 40 years. Some 15-16 million shallow tubeless have come up, starting from Meerut down to Bhagirath. And these, as soon as the monsoon gets over, they start pumping water and they create aquifer space. And it is in this context that he called Ganga Basin the Ganges water machine. There is a certain regularity in which the flood waters are absorbed by the aquifer which is spawned, and that reduces the flow. So I think we need to also take a close look at the hydraulic links between the surface water as well as the groundwater. In Asia in particular, by the most important reasons why rivers are getting desiccated, or why rivers like Sabarmati and Jalo in China, they don't reach the estuary most of the years, is because of groundwater development. Upstream of the estuaries, there is such a huge amount of groundwater extraction every year that most of the water in the main stem as well as in the drainage network gets sucked in by the amphibious aquifers. Unless we restore this hydraulic link between groundwater and the river,